So here's how this video is going to be. I'm going to first start explaining what stocks are and why you should invest in US stocks, especially if you are in Africa. And then I'm going to gradually go into details on the types of stocks that you should invest in, especially if you are a beginner. Then we will look at the platforms that you can actually use to invest in these stocks. And then we are going to look at the potential risks that are involved when you start investing in US stocks. And finally, I'm going to share with you why you shouldn't invest in big companies like Tesla, Facebook, and then Apple. I'm going to explain why you shouldn't invest in them and then give you examples of stocks that you can actually invest in, especially if your money is as little as I started with mine. Let's do this. So imagine this. Imagine you own a tiny part of a supermarket. In days that the supermarket gets a lot of customers, it means that their sales are going to increase. So definitely you are also going to get an increase in sales. Now on days that the supermarket does not get an influx of customers, it means their sales are going to decrease. And obviously yours too is going to decrease. Buying the stock is like becoming a little owner of a big company, okay, or a big business. Now, what makes investing in US stocks very attractive to people in Africa? Let's say you have friends in another country. We are going to use US, for example, and then they tell you to invest in their business. Then if the business blows up, it means that you are going to enjoy profits that is in dollars for you, okay? So whilst you are in your African home enjoying your local dishes and stuff, you'll be earning money in dollars. And let's be honest, the dollar is much more stronger than our African currencies. So as the business grows, so will your investment grow, and then you get to earn money in dollars. And that is the most attractive part of investing in US stocks. Platforms that you can actually use to invest in US stocks if you are in Africa are actually not that much, but then the few ones that are available do the job to the max. So number one, I'm going to talk about Bamboo. Now, Bamboo Invest is currently available in Nigeria and Ghana. And then we have Trove. Trove too is available in Nigeria and Ghana as well, although they are having challenges with their Ghana payment gateway system. So I wouldn't recommend for Ghanaians right now, but they are available in Ghana. And then we have eToro. eToro is actually in about 60 countries in the world, and then they have a presence in Angola and then Algeria. So my Angolan and Algerian subscribers watching me, you can try out eToro. And then we have Saxo Bank. Saxo Bank is actually in South Africa, so South Africans can go to Saxo Bank and then discuss with any broker or professional broker there that can help them invest their monies wisely. You can also use Chipper Cash to invest in US stocks and then other cryptocurrencies as well. Chipper Cash is actually available in Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, and then Uganda. I have not tried Chipper Cash in Ghana before, but you can try it if you want to do it. Now, thanks to fractional share, when we talk about fractional shares, it means that we can get a fraction of a big share. So let's say, for instance, if Apple stocks is around $180 right now, but you can be able to buy at least $10 out of the $180, okay? And that's why these apps are there for. Now, when it comes to the amount that you can use to invest on these platforms, you can start with as low as $10, okay? So especially for the ones that I have used, that is on Trove and then on Bamboo, you can start with as low as $10 and then you can gradually invest from there. The downside is that if your investment profit is not up to like $10, you can actually not withdraw it. So you take note of that. Personally, I use Bamboo as I have already said, and I am able to buy or invest in these companies with as little as $10, okay? So if you have $10, you can start investing in stocks. Now let's talk about platforms that you can hear about stocks and learn about stocks as well. My favorite platform is X, that is formerly Twitter. I use this platform. I go on there and then search for stock investment pages that I can follow and then learn much about particular stocks. And then there is Reddit as well. Reddit has loads of information about stock. You just have to join groups that talk about stocks on a daily basis, and then you get to learn about the stocks that are trending and the ones that you shouldn't even venture. Okay, there are some good advice from people on Reddit as well. There are two websites that you can also learn everything about stock over there. When I started, these are the websites that I actually went to learn most of what I know over there. And so there is Investopedia and then Motley Fool. I use Motley Fool mostly for searching for stock advice on a particular stock, and then Investopedia, I use it as my investment dictionary. If I hear of a term that I don't understand, I go on Investopedia and then search on their website. The meaning of the stock term will come up for me. Now, just as everyone has a type of person or personality that they vibe with and are interested to work with, that is how stocks are. There are types of stocks that are tailored for people who have the wherewithal to actually invest in. So for me, I'm going to talk about two of them, that is individual stocks and then exchange traded funds, also known as ETFs. Imagine this. Let's say you have a company that you prefer eating their chocolate, okay? So their chocolate, you always go and you go in there and then you buy that particular brand's chocolate all the time, okay? And so that is individual stock for you. When you are investing in individual stock, you are investing in one brand or one company, okay? Now, when we talk about ETFs, let's take this candies for example. I know most of you have heard of Quality Street. Now, Quality Street is made up of different types of toffees, okay? And so that is what ETF is. When you invest in an individual stock, you are investing in just that company. But when you invest in ETFs, it means that your money is being invested in about 500 companies. Now let's look at the potential risk involved in investing in US stocks from Africa and how you can actually avoid it. Now imagine you've heard about a particular restaurant's food and then you decided to gather money and then go in over there and then eat their food. You get there and then the food that people have been raving so much about is totally trash. I mean, it is not nice, and then you realize that you have wasted your time and then your money. That is the kind of risk involved in investing in US stocks, okay? So it is always advisable that before you invest in any stock of any kind, make sure that you have done your thorough research before investing. It is very important. That is what I do. I remember I invested in this in these stocks. I think it's GameStop and then Bed and Beyond, and then they were trash because people were raving about it, and so I decided to go and cash in out of it. Although people made money out of it, because I entered late into the trade, I lost my money altogether in it, okay? So there are potential risks involved in US stocks, so you would have to do your research and then be convinced that this is a good investment that you are making before you actually go ahead and invest in it. One thing that I normally do when I'm doing my research is to see the 5-year growth in the stock that I want to invest in, okay? So if I see that for past 5 years the business is going down, then it means that actually I wouldn't want to invest my money, or have to check the growth rate of this company or the stock that you want to invest in before you actually invest in it. There are times too that the dollar equivalent of your currency may also be in shambles, okay? So if you're in Ghana, I'm going to use Ghana as an example. So let's say you invested in a US stock when the cedis to dollar equivalent was like 12 cedis, and then as time goes on, the dollar equivalent to CD reduces to let's say like 9 cedis. It means that your investment money is actually going to dwindle because you invested when it was at 12 cedis, and then now the dollar is 9 cedis, so you wouldn't get much out of your money. So the dollar performance can also affect your investments. Now, here is why you shouldn't invest in companies like Facebook, Tesla, and then Apple. There are lots, but I'm going to choose these 3. Now, imagine you have been given 3 different fruits. 3 different fruits. We have apple, you have kiwi, and then you have dragon fruits on the table set before, let's say 20 people, and then you are asked to eat the one that you are comfortable with. Almost everybody will go in for apple because dragon fruit and kiwi may actually not be something that you have tasted before, okay? So it means that the share that everybody is going to get out of the apple is going to be very little. And that is how investing in big companies like Tesla and then Facebook and then Amazon is going to be like. We are small investors. We are going to start investing with $10. Apple stock price right now is at $189. If I decide to invest in $10, when Apple even moves to $200 per share, I am still not going to see any significant increase in my money. That is why I really wouldn't want you to invest in it. But if you want to feel good about your investment portfolio, you can decide to invest in Apple and those big companies, okay? But if you have the money to buy full stock, one stock at a time, go for these big companies because the potential for growth is always there. I would rather advise that you look for stocks stocks that are below $50 or maximum $50 and then invest in it. Personally, I have invested in Palantir, and when I bought Palantir was like $12. Now it's at $17, so it means that the growth is there. And then when I bought Shopify was like $24. Now Shopify is at $84. It means that I will see significant move in my monies, although they are not big. I still see some significant move in my investment. So that is why I really would not encourage you to invest in these big companies that have stock prices ranging from $100, $500, and then $600. And a stock like Warren Buffett's stock is $300,000 or so. And so if you invest in such stocks, you wouldn't see much out of it. Okay, remember, we are just starting with $10, and so we don't need to be investing in big companies. Now, if you want to learn more about the types of investment or platforms that you can actually invest your money in, check out this video over here so that you can learn new ways that you can actually invest your money.